morning. So, today I woke up wanting to declutter things, and one of the big things that definitely needs a very good decluttering is mine and my mom's jewelry collection. Now, I will preference by saying this. This is from years and years of buying jewelry, and if there is one thing to know about me is I am an accessory girl. And when it comes to jewelry and handbags, that is the two accessories that I go all out on. So just try not to judge too much on what you're about to see, okay? So this is where we house most, if not everything. We found this, I want to say, on Amazon years ago. And we loved the look, and plus also, like, who doesn't love having, like, a long mirror to look at and get ready? Plus, when I have the girlies over, this and this, it just, so good to have a second mirror. So anyways, we're about to open the beast, and like I said, apologies. All right. One of the good things is that it does have a key. And for the amount of stuff we have, it is very much needed. Again, I would just like to apologize in advance for what you're about to witness. As you can see, there is a lot of every kind of jewelry in here that you could imagine. So yeah, it needs to be fixed. My mom's stuff I'm gonna leave alone, and most of this is hers. She is definitely a ring girly. I am not as much of a ring girly. So almost all of those up here are hers. There's probably not even 5 things on this top thing that are mine. So I'm gonna leave all that alone. The rest though is mostly mine. I'm not even gonna lie. Specifically the earrings, at 9 out of 10 or 95% of this is mine, earrings wise. So enough talking, let's take everything out and really go through this. So after that took me forever, I kind of have everything separated from earrings to the front to brooches, hair accessories, other different jewelry, necklaces and whatnot over here, bracelets, pins and ties. And now it's time to really go through all of this, see what's being kept. All right, so my mom made a little brief appearance. She went through her stuff. This whole pile is a bye-bye. So now we're really gonna get into the nitty-gritty. I'm gonna start off on this end because I kind of already know what I'm thinking of getting rid of, I should say. For one, these are going. I don't know why I had them. Because I don't have colors like that, even though like that yellow would have been gorgeous with a blue shirt that I have like this, but it's just like, it's no. But yeah, I'm gonna go through what I don't want, kind of throw it over there, and then we'll do a little overview of what we are decluttering. Wish me luck. So as you can see, everything is finally organized, decluttered, put away. And this is the big kahuna of what we have decided to get rid of. There's everything and anything in here. It's a mess. It looks like a small pile from afar, but the closer you get to it, you can actually see how much we actually went through. My mom, like I said, went through her stuff first. And of course, I also went through this stuff, which I did get rid of, but not a lot because these are my everyday things. So I separate them by hoops / also the bracelet stack that I wear every day. The middle one is where my cuffs are, my most used mini hoops and everyday earrings. The second one is all of my studs and my rings that I wear every day. And then the top one is literally bobby pins and hair ties. Wow, when you're bilingual, you really forget how to say shit. But it is done. And I'm so happy after hours of working on this. But this is what it's looking like now. So much more organized. much more everything is. And the only thing that my mom still has left is to go through her rings. The rings that are mine are more like these wedding engagement looking ones. I actually love styles like this. So I kept the ones that I usually would go for. The rest I've decluttered. But yeah, so let's dive into what was kept and not. So starting over here, this is the pride and joy, the earrings. So as you can see, I've gone a little bit insane of color coding. Even with my jewelry, yes, I know, I'm insane. But we have the blues, the greens, and the purples, pinks, reds, then leading all to these other gorgeous ones. I've tried to put the more gold-leaning based ones down here. There are a few mixed in here, though. Sorry for the squeak, guys, the door. But then we have the bracelets. My mom went through all hers. This is what she's decided to keep. Then this part. So I've kind of hung up earrings that can actually stay on these little clips on the side. So a lot of it is mixed between mine and my mom's. But how I've organized this specific row of things. So I have my silver bracelets, my gold, my more chunky / tennis bracelet, but not tennis bracelet, more like tennis necklace looking ones, more of my silver, my more finely silver necklaces. Then we go into the golds. So these ones are my fine gold, my more thick ones. Then we lead into my mom's bracelet area and then her necklaces. Kind of the same thing, separated by silvers and golds. And the same thing down here with her bracelets and whatnot. Then in these drawers. So in this one, it's all of her pins and like excess jewelry that she wants to do things with. And then this is hair stuff. These are hair pins, unique bobby pins, the whole 9 yards. Over here, I decided to put my pins and my extra tie for my concerts that lean more towards that vibe. This is all my Christmas version, fun type of jewelry. This is all my other ones, so for Halloween, fall, whatever you want to call the shoe ones. I call those my ballet earrings, to be honest. Then we lean into the blues and greens, the pinks, reds, and oranges, and burgundies. Burgundy's technically red, so I kind of just put that there. Then up here, we have extra earbacks, my nose rings. These are the only ones I use. These are amazing. I literally have one case in my purse, one case in my car, and one over here as backup because you'll never know, you know? Then these lean more towards the blacks, nudes, and fancy ones that are like silver and pearls and the whole 9 yards. We have an MD. Technically we had two, but because I didn't want everything to be smushed, we have one. So these are baggies, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. This one specifically has necklace extenders or bracelet extenders. So we keep this separate. This is for when we travel back here. This is my mom's. This is the fancy ruby that we have. This is my little corner. Don't mind this. This will get repainted and like fixed, but this is old. So at this point, it's just like chipped paint. This is my little area of excess earrings that are too bulky to go in my everyday stuff, but like not bulky enough. And then these I've just kind of put on top of there. If you know, you know, these are my go-to concert earrings for a lot of my looks. These are my mom's ear hooks. So anytime she wants to be a little badass and whatnot, you know. Then we have her little corner of like the more fancy but not too small earrings. All her hoops over here and her big rings that will not fit up there. These are all her studs and everything that she has separated in her boxes. Let her be great. Then we have the necklace area. We kind of really went through this, if you remember how bulky and outward it was. And then we just have the rings left. And yeah, that's everything. So all in all, very, very good job. Now, like I said, did I take all day? Yes. But there were breaks in between taken to finish other things that needed to get done around the house. But after hours of sorting through this, having my mom go through it, we have our little pile. I'm going to have some of my friends look through it first before we donate or try to resell or whatever the case we decide on doing. They're going to, obviously they have first dibs. But all in all, I'm pretty proud. This was a much needed declutter, to be honest. The same thing with my bags, which I know I could have done a little bit better, but like I said, come summertime, if I don't use specific colors by then, this summer, they're gonna be gone. They're like, when I do my declutter in October, November, December, how I do those months, they're gonna be gone. So, in the meantime, I would call this a success. Now debating if I do makeup, skincare, and hair care and all that or not. That's the true question.